Hi, you're listening to Fluent in Canine. I'm your host, Sarah Ann Reed, holistic dog trainer, animal communicator, and owner of Pack Dynamics. In today's show, I'll be speaking with a newly adopted pup called Jack, and his mom has some questions for him. She'd like to know how to help him when he's barking and lunging at other dogs. He seems to be really nervous and afraid. And what makes him happy, what his favorite things are to do, why he tends to kind of bite and nip at her, and if there's anything about his past that he would like to share that would be helpful. So let's get started. What a sweet boy he is. Oh, okay. He is starting by just throwing his arms around you and giving you the biggest hug and saying, "Thank you for being my mom." He just, yeah, he's showing me his heart filling up with all of the love that he feels from you, and he feels so blessed. Okay, Jack, where would you like to start? Okay, I'm just asking him the questions real quick in my mind, and he's starting with his reaction to other dogs. And he's saying it's really hard for my mom when I react like this, but I can't help it. Okay. He's showing himself seeing another dog while you're out walking, and this feeling of panic starts in his stomach, and it just moves quickly up into his chest area, into his throat, and he feels so much insecurity, panic, and fear. And he says, "It's just automatic, Mom. I can't help it." Okay. This is usually labeled as quote unquote aggression. It's not aggression. It is a dog's way of showing that they feel uncomfortable or responsible, afraid, insecure, really like having post traumatic stress for a dog, right? It's the only way they can show us that they're feeling um, afraid. Okay. And he's saying, Mom, please keep that in mind that it's PTSD that I'm showing you that I need help with when I react like this. Huh. Okay. He, and this ties into one of the other questions. What would be, if there's anything that would be helpful to know about Jack's past? He has had scary incidents with other dogs before where he's felt very threatened. He's showing me, and it's happened, it feels like 2 or 3 times where another dog has just come right up to him and just, been in his face, just barking and lunging, and Jack is he has some insecurities. He doesn't really want a problem, but because okay, he doesn't, um, want to be, doesn't want to be responding like this when he sees another dog, but he's saying, "Because I've had experiences in the past." Yeah. that have not gone well. Whenever I see another dog now, I just, I'm immediately on the defensive, and I'm trying to let that other dog know to just back off and not come any closer. Okay. And he's saying, I hope that understanding why I'm doing this will help you because mom, your reaction, uh, he's saying, I can feel you stiffening up and you get uncomfortable, stressful. You feel the tension traveling down the leash towards me. And then I get more nervous and uncomfortable and stressed. There's this loop. We're just feeding into each other and it's not helping me. Okay. And he's saying, if you can please keep in mind that I need you as my guardian, my dog mom, okay, to exude this grounded, confident, I am energy. I am your mom. I am your protector. I am your guardian. Um, I will handle this situation, right? So he's asking instead of um, judging my reaction, if you can just calmly respond to it with this, honey, I'm not worried about that. I'm your mom. Let's just keep going. Um, it would really help me. Okay. And he's saying, oh, okay, this is a really important part too. Okay. He's saying, when we go walking, mom, it would be really helpful if we can just stick to walks um, that allow us plenty of opportunities to have a lot of distance in between us and other people walking their dogs. Because if we're really close to each other on a trail, I feel cornered and I feel like my back is up against the wall and I'll have a bigger reaction. And then if the other dog reacts to me, it just convinces me that other dogs are scary. And it doesn't help. It just intensifies everything for me. So he's saying there are several things that you can do to help me. One is, yeah, making sure that when we go out on walks, if you see another dog coming, you can easily turn around and walk in the opposite direction, uh, go down a different street, just avoid, right? And yeah, you see the other dog and you take me away to safety rather than saying, I know that you see that other dog is the equivalent of the quote unquote bear. Let's go over and see if it's going to attack us or not. He's saying that doesn't help me feel comfortable. That causes me to have less trust in you because you're taking me towards the thing that I'm afraid of. But if you can just calmly lead me away, then I'll start to trust you more. And then my reaction to other dogs will be less and less because I don't feel like I have to confront them all the time. Okay. And just doing it with this calm, grounded energy, really important. Okay. And it's also important that I don't feel like I'm uh, in trouble for reacting, that you just honor the fact that I'm feeling afraid and nervous. You're not, and it doesn't feel like you're doing this, but he's sharing this for everyone listening. Uh, okay, not to like reprimand your dog if they're reacting like this because they're truly feeling afraid, and then if they feel like they're getting in trouble because you have a stern tone or you're saying no or something, it won't make sense and it will stress them out more. And they'll actually think that you're afraid of the other dog because your energy is so intense, matching theirs. Okay. Okay. So leading me away from the situation will help me. Staying nice and calm and grounded, like I've got you, honey. You don't need to worry. Not making a big deal about it. Staying as calm as you can, and uh, yes, exuding the energy that you would like me to feel. Something else that you can do for me is before we go out on a walk, take maybe 5 minutes and imagine walking with me. Imagine seeing another dog, uh, and turning and walking the opposite direction, and me not reacting, just seeing the other dog, looking up at you maybe, and we just turn and walk in the opposite direction. And while you're imagining this, imagine your energy being nice and calm and grounded, exuding this I am energy. And imagine my body language, imagine my energy. And by doing this, you're showing me what the expectation is. We're kind of doing a practice run. And because I receive messages from you in the form of images, whatever you're thinking and feeling creates a scenario in your mind, like a little video in your mind. And whenever you're imagining, it's like you're asking me to behave that way and feel that way, respond that way. So have a practice run of how you would like it to go. And he's saying it's not like magic, but it's going to help me over time realize that I can just feel more relaxed in myself. I don't need to be as concerned when I see other dogs. Okay. And okay. And he's saying, when you see another dog, don't wait until the dog's really close before you turn and walk away. As soon as you see the other dog, just turn and walk in the opposite direction or get as far away as you can. If you're walking on trails, make sure you only walk on trails that you can easily get way off the trail. And he's saying, instead of getting, like 20 feet back from the trail and standing beside me, it's better if you either stand in front of me and ask me to wait, or you just keep walking away from the trail. Actually, he's showing me that that's what he would prefer, if you just keep moving away from the threat. And once the other dog has passed, then you walk back towards the trail again and keep going on the trail. He's saying if you ask me to stop and be composed, it'll be harder for me. It's easier for me if we just keep moving away. And he's also asking that when you go on walks, can we please just stick to like 2 different places that we go on walks for a while, because everything is so new for me and I get overwhelmed really easily if you take me to new places all the time. If we keep walking, like if you're able to walk in your neighborhood, if we can walk in that same area all the time, I'll start to feel more relaxed in myself rather than feeling more vigilant, because I know the area. I'm getting more and more used to you avoiding the dogs that we see. And he's even saying, if you know, in 6 houses on the right hand side, there's sometimes a dog in the yard that barks at the fence. If you can't turn and walk in the opposite direction, you have to walk past that house. At least move to the other side of the street as we're walking past that house, in case the dog's in the yard. Otherwise, that's like taking me up to the bear too. Yawning when you see another dog, yawning several times as we're walking away will be really helpful for me as well. That's like helping me to feel more relaxed in myself. Okay. There's also Okay. He's also saying it would be really helpful, Mom, if you got me some CBD cookies. And he's asking for the cookies rather than like the liquid form. Okay. Because it will help me ground more in my body. It's more grounding for me to have, okay, the cookie form. Okay. And yeah, he's saying, give me however much I'm supposed to have in a day. Give me that amount about 40 minutes before we're going to head out on a walk to take the edge off a little bit. So I'm not going out there really puffed up. Okay. And he's also saying, Mom, if you can practice doing the heel training that Sarah Ann has shared with you before, and if you need a refresh, it is in the webinar course as well, that I know that that you have access to. Okay. If you can do some heel training with me in the house, Mom, maybe 5 minutes of heel training in the house before we head outside, that's going to help me because it's reminding me that you're leading me when we leave the house. You're protecting me. I don't need to worry about anything. It's going to help me. And he's saying, it's going to take time, Mom, because I do have trauma. He's showing me his trauma. I can see it in his stomach. Okay. Down there. Okay. And he's also saying that there's some flower essence that will help him. After recording the podcast today, I will do a little research for you about some flower essence that would be helpful for him and email it to you. Oh, and he's saying thank you. Flower essence can be very helpful in helping heal trauma and help on emotional levels. Okay. And he's saying that he needs some flower essence to help him with the trauma that he's experienced, the fear, the panic, the insecurity, the anxiety. And what you will do is give him, you'll have a combination made of the flower essence that he asked for. And he's asking for like 5 drops of this mixture on a treat 3 times a day, like morning, midday, and evening. And then about half an hour before you take him out on a walk, give him 3 drops of this flower essence combo every 5 minutes, half an hour before he goes out on a walk to help build, to help kind of slowly build it up for him. It's not going to make him feel weird or lethargic or anything like that. It's going to help him. It's saying, help take the edge off, help change how I feel, help my response, help my energetic, emotional self. Okay. Thank you, Jack. Okay. And there's one more thing that he has to share about this. Um, I can also teach you how to do emotional energy clearing to help release that stuck trauma that he has. So if you're interested, just let me know. We can schedule a session and I can do that for him. Oh, he's giving you another great big hug again. He's saying, I hope that this helps you, Mom. Okay. What else would you like to talk about now? Okay. Okay. He's showing me an image of, he kind of like bites at your hands, it feels like. He's showing like, um, people might call it biting or nipping at you, and he's not doing it to hurt you. It doesn't feel like it's really hurting or he's biting down hard. What he's saying is, I've learned to do this to get attention. I've always had a big reaction when I've done this. And it's just one of my go-tos. If I'm wanting attention, I just come up and I try to get your attention this way. And dogs will do this to each other. They'll grab at each other's neck or sometimes their legs, say, come on, play with me, or I want your attention now. But it's really important, obviously, that Jack learns not to do this because this is called a bite. Oh, he's so cute. And he's saying, I'm not meaning to hurt you, Mom, if I have. Okay. What would you like to share? I need help learning that this is not okay. And what are you asking from your mom when you do this, Jack? Okay, he's saying, I just want her attention. I want her to play with me. I want her to give me snuggles. I'm just going, hey, Mom, hey, Mom. And he's saying, again, this has been my go-to because it's always gotten attention. Yeah. Okay. One of the reasons that he was up for adoption, it feels like. Okay. I just learned that this gets a reaction, so I just continue to do it. And I don't realize that you don't really want me to do this. Okay. So when he does this, you can teach him that this is not okay. If he puts his mouth on you, whether he grabs your shirt or he actually touches skin, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it hurts or not. When he tries to bite or nip at you, you're going to say, yeah, like a puppy would, right? You hurt me. Even if he doesn't hurt you, yipe like a puppy would. Don't say ouch because dogs don't understand that, but they understand yipe. Don't want it to be big theatrical yipe, but just a yipe to let him know you hurt me, even if he didn't. And then immediately he goes straight into a 3-minute timeout. You slip a leash over his head or just take him by the collar. Don't look at him. Don't talk to him. Keep your energy nice and calm. You're not telling him he's going to a timeout. You just escort him with calm energy. Take him to the bathroom or the laundry room, as long as he's not afraid of that room. Turn on the light. He's in there by himself for 3 minutes. You might need to puppy proof the room. If you're worried about him scratching on the door, Chewy.com has door protectors that hang on the door handle. Some people get cardboard and tape it on the back of the door. You can get plywood and slide it in front of the door. But he has to be in another small room by himself for 3 minutes. This lets him know you hurt me, and this is not a good way to get attention because now you're separated from me. And he will understand this. If he was part of a pack on the streets or in the wild and he made a mistake, the rest of the pack would shun him for a little while and he would be on his own, giving him time to process and say, okay, I guess that's not acceptable. So that's why you're doing this. After the 3 minutes, if he's quiet, just open up the door and let him out. If he's barking, whining, or scratching on the door, wait for the breath, the pause, and the whining, and then just open up the door. Don't leave him in there for 20 minutes. and do this every single time he puts his mouth on you. Usually after 2, sometimes 3 weeks, if they've been doing it for a long time, the biting will stop. But it has to be a very black and white answer. You're not tolerating it at all. And don't worry he's saying, don't worry, Mom, about me finding other ways to get your attention. He's saying, I'm really smart and I'll get creative. But he's also saying that the reason that he's doing this, he's still trying to figure out his place and what's going to happen and what he's supposed to do. And because he's really young still, he's having a hard time kind of settling himself. And so he's showing me he's pretty busy quite a lot during the day, and he just doesn't know what to do with himself. What would be helpful for you, sweetheart? Having a bone to chew on, maybe offering him a bone like 3 times during the day so that he can just lay on his bed and chew. The chewing will help release some of that. He's showing me that he feels a little bit of anxiety all the time, just trying to figure out his place still. He's still settling in, he says. Knowing what's expected. Okay. He likes using his mind. You would love to learn how to do tricks. You could teach him to sit, to lay down, sit again, which can be hard. Teach him shake, to turn in a circle, to weave in between your feet, to walk backwards. You would love to learn how to do different tricks like that. And puzzle toys would also be really good for me, he's saying. Okay. Not the super easy ones and not the really hard ones, but kind of the medium challenge puzzle toys. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That would be really helpful. So if, maybe 4 times during the day, you take half an hour and you do some tricks and some puzzle games with him. You do some heel training, sit, stay, come. You do some things where his mind is really engaged for a little while. And he might not be able to handle half an hour. Maybe you do something for 5 or 10 minutes and then he has his bone time. Yeah. And he's saying, as I learn how to do things, my self-control will be better and I'll be able to focus for longer. Okay. Or even playing fetch with him would be really fun for him. He's showing playing fetch. And he's saying, make sure that you let me know what the rules are, Mom. Okay. Okay, sweetheart. What else would you like to share about your favorite things to do? What makes you happy? I think my mom makes me happy, he says. He's so sweet. And Mom tries really, really, really hard to figure me out and to um, find our way of being together. Mom's trying really, really hard. He knows that. He feels that from you. And he's saying, I feel so loved. I feel so accepted. Even when you get frustrated with me, Mom, I still feel loved and accepted because it's like I'm a little puppy, but in a big puppy's body. He's saying, I really need help with self-control and learning. Yeah. Learning what the rules are, what the expectations are. We're just learning still how to be together. We're finding our rhythm. What's your favorite thing to do? Playing. I'm asking him what kind of playing, and he's showing any kind of playing. He loves playing. He's showing me an image of you, like sitting on the floor, kneeling down on the floor, and playing with him with his toys, and just being present with him while you're playing. Maybe you have some music playing in the background, but you're just really present and being with me. He says, "Okay." Oh, he's so cute. He loves playing games and learning things. And he's saying, just be patient with me, mom, as I'm learning something and teach me one thing at a time until I've got it and then add something else in. I just need a lot of repetition and then I get it. Okay. You might need to show me, you might need to break things down into smaller baby steps sometimes for me and help me ease into where you'd like to start. Okay. So think about breaking the steps down a little smaller sometimes for me. Okay. And what makes you happy? What makes you happy, Jack? My new life, he says. He's just really happy with you. He's so happy. He's showing the biggest smile on his face. He likes knowing what's expected. He really loves it when you're home together. He loves like spending time with you, just being with you. Is there anything else about your past that you'd like to share with your mom? Oh, I'm asking him, and he's kind of pushing the past away. He's saying, no, I don't really want to talk about my past. I don't need to talk about my past. The only thing that I wanted to touch on was the reason that I'm reacting to other dogs, because I'm not living in the past. I'm not thinking about it all the time. It just, yeah, he's showing me a tiny glimpse of just waiting, waiting for you, his mom, to find him, um, and just waiting. And there's some sadness there in the past and some insecurities and feeling abandoned and just not emotions that he wants to go into and experience again. So he's showing me just kind of, yeah, it wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst, but I just want to focus on the life that I have now. Okay, honey. Oh, and he also wants you to know I knew that you were coming for me. He's showing like sitting and twiddling his thumbs, like yeah, waiting for you to find me. I was waiting for you to find me, mom. I knew that you would find me. Oh, okay. Um, and I know that this wasn't one of your questions, but Molly just popped in, your sweet girl who crossed over Rainbow Bridge, and she's saying it was no accident that you and Jack found each other. She said I had a big hand in that. He's perfect for you, mom. You're going to have a lot of fun with him. You're going to get to do a lot of things with Jack that you weren't able to do with me. I was so shut down when you adopted me, and I felt so loved by you every day, so accepted, so treasured. And I just wanted you to have a more She's so sweet. A more full experience and fun experience. Um, Able to do more things and be more playful with your next fur baby. And then she says, "Welcome, Jack." And she's saying it. She's showing a big smile on her face as she's looking down on you. Yeah, she's watching over. Yeah, and she just wanted you to know that she's saying you have my stamp of approval. Jack is perfect for you, and you're perfect for Jack. And she's saying it makes me really happy to see you with another fur baby because she's saying I know it felt like a huge hole in your heart and in your life after I crossed over Rainbow Bridge. It was just so weird for you um, to not have a dog for a while, that you needed that time to process. Yeah. And she's giving you a great big hug and just saying thank you for all that you've done for her. Oh, okay. Thank you, Molly. That was so sweet. Is there anything else you want to share, Jack? Anything that you think would be helpful? He's so cute. He's saying, "No, I think that about covers it." He's really looking forward to more playtime with you, learning more things, and he's saying, "Thank you so much for your patience, Mom. You're really being patient with me and for all of your love and wanting to understand me. I'm so different. I'm so different than Molly, and I appreciate you accepting me as I am and finding ways that you can learn to help me." Okay. Thank you, Jack. I hope that you've enjoyed listening to the episode today and all of Jack's messages, and hopefully they've helped you with your fur baby. You've been listening to Fluent in Canine. If you're interested in scheduling your own animal communication session, or you have a dog who's struggling with behavioral issues, please check out my website, packdynamics.com. I do offer an online training program that is a holistic approach and addresses how to help you with behavioral issues. Until next time.